What's going on, YouTube? We're back with another video, and this will make 3 videos in 1 week. And today we are heading out towards the GR Auto Gallery. Now, I was here once before, and I think I uploaded a YouTube video, but we did have a viral TikTok from here because it was a Vader out there. But I'm gonna head out there, guys, and I'll be right back with you. All right, what's going on, guys? We just made it here to the Grand River Auto Gallery, and the first thing I see when I pull up is one of my absolute dream cars is a C6 ZR1. Now, you don't see many of these, and this sounds like a Z06 coming in right now. That's another one of my dream cars. Oh, blue Z06. But really, I really like the ZR1, especially in this white. You don't really see a bunch of these very often. Now, if you guys don't know, the nickname for this car was the Blue Demon, or the Blue Devil. I think it was the Blue Devil. But this thing is absolutely crazy because you don't see many of them. Got this sick ass wrapped BMW right here with this chrome greenish on it. Of course, we got a brand new Subaru. Now, the only thing I don't like about the brand new Subarus is that this isn't color matched to the car. But besides that, I think the freaking new Subaru looks freaking amazing. We got an RS5 right here, and these things look absolutely sick with the little carbon fiber wing on the back. And we got a Scat Pack over here. It wouldn't be Michigan if there wasn't no Scat Pack. Then we have these two are these E92s over here? Now, if I bought a BMW, this is 9 times out of 10 the one I would buy. And this guy even has a roll cage. I don't know if my camera will be able to pick that up. He has a roll cage and he has a carbon fiber wing. But this would be the exact one if I ever bought a BMW. And this looks pretty sweet. How much?
Aventuri, and then full aero from Shermer.
Okay.
And inside, I'll show you real quick. KMP quick disconnect, and then fall line fire orange cage.
Oh my God, a lot done to this car.
Yep, it's quick. It's my track weapon.
Yeah. And then we got a GT500, I believe. Now this one doesn't have the carbon fiber wheels, but still, GT500s are absolutely sick. And especially in this green. This thing is absolutely crazy. And we have another, I don't know if it's a GT500, but it is a Shelby with a big supercharger on it. Like, look at this thing. Is it a Terminator Cobra? I always can tell my Terminator Cobras if I go to the back of the car, because you always can see in the bumper. Yes, this is a Terminator Cobra. Now this thing originally was like the Hellcat back in the day. We have a CTS-V. Now I don't know the difference between the V's or the black wings. Like, I have absolutely no clue. But this is a CT4, so it may be a black wing. I really don't know. I know Cadillac has really messed up the names, but I really like the carbon fiber splitter, and these bronze wheels go absolutely hard. Then we got a baby blue ZL1. Now I hear everybody always say that the Camaro ZL1 is probably one of the best cars that you could buy, especially in a manual. That's what I always hear every YouTuber say, is that 9 times out of 10, if you want to buy a good muscle car, you get you a ZL1. Now my favorite thing about the ZL1 is this freaking gap between the hood right here. Now here goes one of my dream cars if I can ever afford a $200,000 car, because that's how much Z06s are going for right now. But this thing is absolutely sick. And the difference that you can tell between the Stingray and the ZR1 is that the ZR1, the Z06, my bad, is that the exhaust is in the middle and it's a little bit wider on the sides and in the front than the regular Stingray. But if I could ever afford a $200,000 car, because that's kind of how much these are going for, unless you can get it for MSRP, I would buy one of these right here. And this thing looks absolutely sick. Let's do a quick montage real quick.
Straight to the
Now, even though these Z06s are really nice, they're not the fully spec'd ones, because you could tell by the front splitter and the wheels. Now, the Z06 does have a carbon fiber wheel option, but I would guess it's pretty expensive. But man, these cars are absolutely awesome. And I'm telling you, if I can get to 100,000 subscribers, guys, this is probably the first car I would buy. no lie, because they make 670 horsepower, which is absolutely ridiculous for a 5.5 liter flat plane V8. And look at this van pulling in. Now that's how you do a minivan. And we also have a Trackhawk pulling in right now. And that's probably the only Mopar I would ever buy. I'm gonna check out the front real quick and let's see what's up there. And of course, we got the good old Z06. Now the only thing I hate about my car is when I go drive places and I get there, there's bug spiders freaking all over the front of the car. Let me see if I got some detail spray real quick so I can get that stuff off. Off to make it kind of presentable. That's one thing I hate about having a yellow car, is the second you go somewhere, it's freaking covered in bugs. But we do have this gray Z06 right next to me. We got a Viper over here. And I really wish that Dodge would freaking bring the Viper back, because these things are absolutely crazy. But just look at this hood. Now I know one thing on the Viper is that if you need to go replace your hood, it's about around $6,000-7,000 if anything ever happens to it. We have another Stingray right here, and like I was saying, the only difference you can tell between the Z06 and the Stingray is that the Z06 is a little bit wider. And then we also have this little thing right here. Have no clue what it is, a Lotus. This thing looks absolutely sick. Is this the Lotus? Then we have the first generation CTSV right here. Now, when this car first came out, it really wasn't, you know, my type of car. But the more that I learned about the CTSV, the more that I wanted one, and especially this one, because these ones right here are getting super rare. Now they had one option to where it was a hatchback. Now those are probably the rarest ones you can buy. Then we have a Mustang right here. And we have a Mark III Supra. And we have an ATS-V, I believe this is ATS-V. And we got some Lotuses right over here with the Evora and the Elise. Now I didn't know that this Lotus that was at the Metro, well, the Modded Detroit meet, was one of GR Galleries. I guess it's GR Galleries because it's under the GR Gallery tent. But the reason why we come here for the most part is to see what's on the inside. So let's go browse on the inside real quick and I'll be right back with you. Now the first thing that we see when we come in here is this orange M3. Now this must be some limited edition or something, because I don't think I've ever seen an M3 in this color right here. And this probably is an E92, don't get me wrong, I don't really know my BMW generations, so I'm not perfect on them. And we have another pound shoe car. Now, in the last video, the Modded Detroit video, there was a blue one. Now this red one goes absolutely crazy. I think it looks really good in red. You don't really see much of these things. And I wonder how much this is selling for, because I would kind of be interested in buying one of these cars, I'm not going to lie to you. Now let's go through here and see what else we got. We got a Miata, hardtop Miata for $17,000 that has 88,000 miles, which isn't bad. There's always like a common joke that I joke around with people that when I was in high school, Miatas were like at least $3,000. You could go buy one, a decent one, but nowadays you're not finding any Miata for under 10 grand. And then we have another Viper right over here for 80 grand, an ACR. This thing is absolutely crazy. Look at this interior in all black. If I had one of these cars, I would probably get in a shit ton of trouble. And one of my favorite things about the Vipers is that your third tail light is a snake that lights up. I absolutely love coming here because there's just a wide assortment of vehicles. Now, there's a Mercury Cougar, and I think these things look absolutely great, especially in this blue. And then we have a TT, we have a Porsche 928. Now the only thing I don't like about the 928 is these headlights, because I believe that these headlights come and pop this way. I like the 944 better than I do the 928. We got a Camaro Z28. Now this may be the Camaro that my father attempted to buy from a guy that was right down the street from us. I don't really know. It looks very, 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 very familiar. The only way I'd be able to tell is if he popped the trunk and I could see there was like a little rust spot in the back of the trunk. But my dad almost bought one of these I would probably say somewhere around 10 years ago. And the guy wanted 15 for it, but looking at what it's selling for today, oh no, this is definitely not it because this only has 274 miles. For 40 grand?
How many of us?
That's not so bad. Like I was saying, my father almost bought a Camaro that looked exactly like this. It was right down the street from our house, and the guy only wanted 15 grand for it, but my dad was trying to save a couple of pennies, and he offered it for 13.5, and then the guy just never replied and just disappeared off the face of the earth. Now we have this super sick Bronco right here in this nice candy apple green with the big chunky 35s or 37s, I don't really know, but this thing looks absolutely sick. I mean, could you imagine driving this? How much do they want for it? 53 grand? Dude, this is worth every single dollar because especially since it has 37s or 35s and then the modified suspension, you can crawl under that thing and work on it. That's one thing about having a lifted vehicle is you can probably just get directly under it. And then we have whatever this thing is right here. Packard. This is like a mafia car right here. It's a mob boss. This is what the old mafia bosses were driving back in the day. Look at this thing. And peep the interior. Well, you can fit a whole family and then some in this thing. With this goose thing all the way in the front. This thing looks absolutely crazy, like a piece of art. We got the famous knockoff pretend rich car with the BMW i8, I believe, is a really nice car. It's just a lot of people pose and act like it's a supercar. How much do they want for this one exactly? 63,000 and has 42,000 miles. Not bad. And I think these cars look absolutely amazing, but they're slow as all shit. Like this car will probably get gapped by the brand new Prius, but my favorite thing about it is this little duct right here. Now it's probably a pain in the ass to clean that thing. And the interior, I know nobody is sitting in these back seats right here, but this thing looks very great on the interior. Now this thing is more my style. I prefer the 944 over the 928 simply because how the headlights are designed and how the back end, well the back ends were kind of the same, but I was really looking to buy one of these as a project after I finish my Subaru, but I'm clearly not buying one in this condition. This one's 25 grand and it has 110,000 miles. This thing looks absolutely great and it's probably ready to go on the track immediately. And then right next to it we have a 911. Now, if I came into a little money, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would probably buy an older 911 and get that conversion kit. It was the RWB conversion kit, but you probably have to hire that guy to come and sit in your garage and build it for you. But if I ran into any money, let's say if I had like 100 grand sitting around, I would definitely buy one of these things and then turn it into an RWB, because the RWBs have those super wide rear and front fenders. And then right here, I'm guessing this is a Rolls Royce. Now this is another mafia type car. That's what Al Capone was driving in. And then right here we have a DeLorean. Now you don't see many of these things. We've seen this, I believe, at the M1 Concourse recently, and these things are absolutely sick right here. With the stainless steel bodywork and the doors that go up like this. Now, I think it was in the last year or something like that, I thought I heard that DeLorean was coming back with something, but I haven't heard anything since then. So who really knows? Another one of my favorite cars of all time is the Honda S2000. Now these things are really great cars. And I just love how the interior is so simple. And it's a Honda. So number one, you know the freaking thing's gonna run forever and it's never probably gonna break down on you. Nothing seriously. Then we have the Mustang to get. It's the SVT Mustang with this freaking crazy front splitter on it and this rear wing on it, which is absolutely crazy. Now these things in this configuration are absolutely hard to find. Like I have a little RC car in my stream room. And if you're not already, make sure you're following me on Twitch because we're coming back to streaming soon. But I have one of these in my stream room, little model car of this thing. And these things look absolutely sick. Especially this wing on the back of the car. Now it's a little small, but it looks absolutely crazy. Now I wonder how many of these were in production because it couldn't have been many because you don't really see many. And we have another Z28 right here. Now this one has 85,000 miles. But it looks way more sinister than the gray one. And then we have something special right here. I think this is a Demon. Yes, it is a Demon. in the FA green, the fast ass green as they call it. Now this must be a very limited one because I never see demons in this green color right here. Now how much do they want for this freaking thing? $209,000 for a Mopar. This thing has to be super rare, especially in the fast ass green. But you never really see anything like this. But the demons have like shot up in prices because you really haven't seen. Well, Dodge is definitely not making another one. But these things are absolutely crazy. I think it's called a Mr. Chrome on this Mustang. Now this paint is absolutely crazy, and this was an option you could get back in the day, and you can also get it on the Ford GT. But it's, I think on the Ford GT it's like a $30,000 option. But this is not so bad for $8,900. One of you guys should come pick this thing up because this paint is absolutely crazy. We got a couple hot rods right here with the old beautiful Chevy pickup. Now this is for all you girls that are going out to see Barbie, that you should pull up with something like this with this pink. Now back in the day they used to make many pink cars. When I watch Barrett Jackson or Meekum or something like that, you usually see a lot of pink cars like the coral pink, and that's exactly what that is. But then we have a C4 Corvette right here in this tealish kind of color, and I don't think they made many of these right here because I don't think I've ever seen a C4 Corvette in this color right here. This is a very, very interesting colorway because when my dad owned his C4, it was in red, but this teal is very interesting. Even though I'm not the biggest C4 Corvette fan, I like C5 and up, so C5, C6, C7, C8, you know. And we have this old yellow Ford Victoria right here. Cars back in the day sure were huge, and they had a beautiful, like a lot of beautiful body work. Because look at this, they even tucked the wheel away. This thing is absolutely crazy. Then we have this ultra clean freaking 300ZX right here. This thing looks absolutely stunning on how clean it is. Holy shit. This thing looks absolutely crazy, and they want $86,000 for it. I mean, I clearly see why, because this thing is in immaculate condition. Even though it has 80-something thousand miles, look at how clean this thing is. My camera probably won't even pick it up. This thing is absolutely crazy. And look at the interior on it. And then we got something that catches my eye, which is a C6 Corvette. Now it isn't a Z06, but it is a 2008, so it has the LS3 instead of the LS2 in this beautiful maroonish burgundy color. Now if I got a C6, right, the first thing I would change would be these headlights. The one thing I didn't appreciate about the C6 is that they kind of paint match the headlights to the car. I think they should have went with like a blackish on the headlights, or it should have been an option. It probably would have made it look a little bit better. I mean, of course they don't have the pop-ups, but who really cares? And this thing is an automatic, which I would absolutely love to have during the Dream Cruise, because driving a manual in the Dream Cruise is absolutely no fun at all. The sick SS Trailblazer right here. Now you don't see many of these things anymore. When I was in high school, I really wanted one of these things, because I thought they were absolutely sick. A truck that has a Corvette motor in it that's all-wheel drive goes absolutely crazy. Super sick blue C7 Z06 right here. Now this thing needs a little paint correction, a little detailing to it, but the interior is absolutely crazy. Look at this red interior. Now, I wish the C5 came with a different color interior, but that's early 2000s. You really couldn't get something like that, like red. But this thing looks absolutely crazy, and you know they just got it in because look at the watermarks on it. This thing must have been sitting outside for a while. And we have a M3 right here. Look at the fitment on this thing. The fitment is crazy. This is the type of fitment I want to have on the Vet, but I need to get like a short front splitter like this so I don't scrape everywhere, even though this guy probably scrapes just like me. But this BMW looks absolutely crazy in this green. And it's probably a wrap. Probably not. This is probably a job. I really don't know, but this thing looks crazy. And then look at this absolutely humongous Whipple supercharger. This Mustang. Now this is the, don't get me wrong, I know it's not a new Edge, it's pre-new Edge, but this thing looks absolutely sick, especially in this blue. Look at the big old Who's Your Daddy's on the back. It has like a modern interior from the new Mustang. Now, you know I had to, because this thing always catches my freaking eye. Now this is a dark blue. They do have a baby blue, but this is the darker blue Viper, and I always see this everywhere. I believe I just seen this at the M1 Concourse. Now these cars look absolutely crazy, primarily because the whole thing is damn near carbon fiber. The hood is carbon fiber, and to replace this hood, you're looking at like a $15,000 repair if you mess up your hood anyway. But these things are absolutely crazy, and they get even crazier because there's a company out there named Calvo that can twin turbo your Viper. You can make somewhere north of 2,000 horsepower, which in a street car, that's absolutely crazy. But we have a super rare car right now in front of me, and this is a 2005 Ford GT. Now you guys wouldn't guess how much one of these things are selling for. These things are super rare and they're super limited, and you hardly ever see them on the street, but they want $409,000 for this Ford GT right here, and that is absolutely ridiculous. Get down, come on, get down. Get down, come on, get down. Get down, come on. And that is absolutely crazy. I couldn't imagine paying that type of money for a Ford GT, even though the new one is somewhere around. If you bought it new, it was like 600 grand. They're going for slightly close to $1 million right now. And then we have this almost identical C6 Corvette in the same version as the other one, but this one has the tan interior, but it's also automatic. I don't know why a lot of these older guys buy Corvettes in automatic. I mean, I understand it kind of in a sense to where you're driving in crowded traffic, you get an automatic, but 9 times out of 10, if I buy another Corvette, it's gonna be in manual again, because I just love the feel of being in complete control of your car. But we have an E63 wagon right here. Now this thing goes absolutely crazy. You don't see many E63 wagons. Look at this interior. I mean, oh my God, this thing is clean on the inside. Yeah, you don't see many E63 wagons around. I've probably seen like 2 or 3 near my house, and that's about it. And then we have this 67 or 66 or 65. Don't get me wrong, I'm not that great into my old cars. Mustang. Now these things are timeless, and I think one day when we get big enough that we take on one of these things as a project, because this is one of my dream cars that I've been dreaming about since I was a toddler damn near, and I really want to buy one day because this is one of my favorite body styles, and because these things look absolutely ridiculous. Now me personally, if I ever bought a Mustang, you already know what's going in it. It's getting LS swapped right off the back. We only have something a little bit more my speed, modern day, which is the Nissan GTR in this copper orange. The R35 is one of my favorite cars of all time. Now, personally, me, I prefer the R35 over the 34, the 33, and the 32. But I know this isn't technically a Skyline, but I just love the way these cars look from the body style, and then even the motor. This motor looks absolutely crazy compared to the RB series, but I know that when you get into an R35, to modify them and make around the same horsepower reliably as an R34 or a 33, you have to spend somewhere close to 100 grand in supporting mods, which is absolutely crazy. Now we have a super sick, I don't know if it's a CTSV, it looks like one with this huge blower on it. The Caltech blower, definitely a CTSV. And this thing goes absolutely crazy. That's another first generation CTSV, I believe. Then we have this super sick Mustang over here that is ready to go straight to the track with a big Whipple on it. I mean, just look at this thing. This thing is absolutely crazy. With the fully built roll cage, this thing goes hard. With the exhaust tips laying on the floor right there. And if you come to the back of this car, it has a freaking parachute on the back. So you know this thing probably runs somewhere in the 8s or 9s, which is absolutely ridiculous. We have another one of my favorite cars is an AMG GT up here. Now I can't really get up there because you know I'm not like 7 feet tall, but this thing looks absolutely crazy, guys. I mean, if I had about 90 grand, I would probably buy one of these. We have a GT500 right next to it, and then we have another, I think it's maybe first generation Viper right here, and this blue, and this GTS. These things look absolutely ridiculous. Super clean freaking BMW right here, convertible. Now this would be like a daily cruiser if I ever bought one. And look how clean this interior is. I mean, holy crap. This interior is absolutely crazy. Blue Legend right here, which is the NSX. Now we had another NSX that's pulling out over there, but this one's majority stock. But this thing looks absolutely crazy. You don't see many of the NSXs anymore. I remember when I was getting tutored in high school a long time ago, there was a white one that my dad wanted to buy, and the guy told him straight up, I'm never selling this thing, and there's no amount of money that you could ever offer me to sell it. And I was like, darn it, because I really wanted to see my dad own his dream car. Now, if he was still alive, he would tell you that the NSX is one of his favorite cars of all time. And the reason for that is because it was a mid-engine car from Honda in the early 90s, which was kind of crazy, you know? But he really wanted one of those things super bad. What would you know, I finally spotted one in person. Is a freaking GR Corolla. Now this is a circuit edition, which you can tell by the forced carbon roof. And man, this thing looks absolutely crazy. You can tell it's a GR finally, I mean, from the badge, but you can also tell from the freaking exhaust. This thing is absolutely crazier than what I thought it would be in person. And I mean, bro, just look at this thing with the wide fenders. From factory, this thing goes absolutely crazy. Now, if I could afford one, I mean, I can afford one, but not for what they're charging for the MSRP of one of these. I think I seen one for sale recently floating around 60 grand. For a Corolla, that's absolutely ridiculous. That thing sounds freaking mean. But back to the GR Corolla. I mean, this thing is absolutely a beast. I mean, it makes 300 horsepower from a 3-cylinder turbocharged motor, which is 100 horsepower a cylinder, which is crazy. But this thing looks absolutely great. Let's do a quick montage of it real quick. But guys, I never thought that I would see GR Corolla at the GR Auto Gallery, which is absolutely crazy. If I'm telling you, if I could buy one of those things right now, I would, but sadly they're selling for way over MSRP. But we're gonna try to get some rollouts real quick here. This freaking Supra is LS swap. That's absolutely crazy. I thought it had a 1J or a 2J in it. No, it's LS swap. That's absolutely crazy. I never expect a Mark III LS swap Supra. Pulling in right now. on some drag radials, this thing probably makes north of freaking 800 horsepower. Look at this thing. Freaking crazy ass truck. This truck is ridiculous. The amount of work that probably went into this thing. Look at this rear end, bro. And look at the exhaust. That exhaust is absolutely crazy. I mean, oh my God, bro. This is probably somewhere north of $100,000 put into this truck. Even the suspension work on it is absolutely crazy. And he got 4G autos on the freaking thing. This is absolutely sick for an F-250. This thing is crazy. I would love to see this thing on the road so I can get some rollers of it, but Jesus Christ. This thing is huge. And this paint match, this is paint match all the way through and through. I mean, holy crap. This super sick Audi R8 with V10, and it's a gated manual, which looks absolutely crazy. I mean, personally, me, I would get the hardtop, but the convertible looks pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie. And this blue looks absolutely amazing. But you know, the main thing I'm focused on is this gated manual. But pretty much, guys, I think we got mostly everything here. So that would be probably the conclusion for this video. I'm probably gonna go out to Telegraph, and I'm gonna split them up into 2 separate videos depending on how much I vlog. But I need to go charge my camera real quick. But if you guys made it this far, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you follow me on TikTok. And we'll see you in the next video. I may have lied about splitting this into 2 separate videos. It may all be in one video. I mean, we're gonna see, but I'm gonna head out there real quick, and hopefully my camera doesn't die, and we're gonna see what we can catch out there. All right, guys, we just made it out here, and so far there's a lot of people out here. As you can tell, I'm stuck in traffic as we speak right now. I mean, we're moving a little bit. You can see it, but look at all these people on the side. This is ridiculous. I've never done the Telegraph cruise before. It's kind of my first time coming out here, but this is a lot of people that are on the sidewalks over here. Now it's the people coming in. Woo, look at that thing with that blower on it. A sick Road Runner. Is that a Road Runner? I don't really know. Or is that the original Demon? And boy, oh boy, is there a lot of people coming out here. Because now there is a ton of traffic. Like currently we're sitting right under the bridge. Not going very fast at all. But it is around that time in Michigan to where people start cruising, because the Dream Cruise is coming up very, very soon. I believe it's in, what's today? Today's the 22nd. The Dream Cruise is the 2nd week of August. So we're getting really, really close. And I can't wait, because this year we're parking at the M1 Concourse up till 6. And then after 6, we'll probably go to the church or we'll drive around. But, you know, I got to get my legs ready, because right now, bro, driving in this type of traffic is an absolute workout. I don't know why. You know, there's regular cars and like work trucks. Well, Telegraph is a pretty busy road, so I'm guessing that's why they're still out here. But hopefully around 6-ish, because I might come back out here. Because I might go home, charge my camera, and then come back out here. Because supposedly it's supposed to end at 10 o'clock. But we're gonna see. I need to be with the truck and the trailer to trail my shit around, because that's probably way easier than driving the stick shift in this heavy ass traffic right here. But as I was saying, I don't know if the angle's too good. This is around that time where people get to cruising in Michigan. And I know the 4th Street cruise was a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't make it to that. A little too far, you know. But when I seen the Telegraph cruise, I said, you know what, we're gonna go on and head out to that, because we might as well. And look at all these cool cars we got up here. Right at the Gardner White. Now this place probably used to be an art van, but who knows? What this thing is, I think it's a Corvair, maybe. But it looks super interesting with the blower sticking out the hood. That thing's just a humming along. These old schools right up here. There's a ton of Corvettes. Well, there's a Corvette club in there. So that's why. Because when I drove past the first time, I was like, what are all these Corvettes in? I didn't see the banner. But man, this is a pretty good turnout. I'm sorry if I haven't recorded much. That's because, you know, driving a stick shift and trying to record on a camera isn't so easy as it may seem. Now, that's one reason I also wish I had an automatic, was so that I could freaking drive and freaking record at the same time. Because right now, bro, like, I just gotta like pin the camera against the steering wheel and then try to drive like that. I mean, this is pretty easy when I have it over here. But I'm also used to recording with my right hand instead of my left. For a cruise, man, this is pretty good. We got an old school right in front of us up here. the old, I don't know if this is a 4-door Chevy. We got some stuff in this lot all the way over there. But I might go around one more time. I might go down. Because I might go home real quick and, you know, cool off. Because as you can see, I'm wearing a gray shirt. And look at the sweat. The sweat is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I might go home real quick and change. We'll just cool off. Let the sweat dry. Because I've been outside for a minute now. And, you know, the sweat is kind of piling up a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. I might go around one more time. I don't know. But if this is the end of the video, I'm gonna make an outro when I get home just in case I don't come back out here. But 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna come out back here. And if you guys are still watching at this point, because we're probably 20-30 minutes in, make sure you smash the like button, man. Make sure you smash it. Make sure you break it. Because that's how it gets me into the algorithm so I can grow the channel even more. I think on my last video, only 4 of you guys liked it and 100 of you watched it. So make sure you go down and hit the like button if you're on a browser. If you're on a phone, you just swipe off the video. It's right below. If you're on a TV watching it, you just hit your like directional button, and in the pause menu, you can scroll over and right and hit that like button. It'd be greatly appreciated, and it'll also help me grow the channel. Cars over here, a bunch of classics, it seems like. Doggo. Now, one thing that I can't stand about cruising, honestly, is the fucking heat. As you guys can probably see, I'm sweating up a storm in here. Now, I do still have AC, and I probably should turn it on, but I just love cruising with the windows down. And that's just one thing I love to do, and I can't help it. I don't know why, but I refuse to turn the AC on. Now, when my dad was still alive, he would be the kind of the same way until it would get to a point to where it just gets too damn hot. Because in this car, like this little center thing, it builds up a lot of heat. When I say a lot of heat, like I can rest my leg, and I have pants on right now. That's probably the problem why I'm so fucking hot. The center console, all this gets hot as all hell, bro. And man, when I tell you, this car gets a little toasty. But I just can't roll with the windows up, even though I have AC. Like, my father would get to a point where he would turn the windows up. But when he was a little bit younger, he'd be just like me, with the windows down through the cruise complete, no matter how hot it got. And then we got the State Boys over here. They have like a little meet in their lot. But as you can see, there's still a ton of people coming to this cruise from both ways. It wouldn't be Michigan if we ain't had a scat pack up here. You know, everywhere you go, you see a scat in Michigan. And then I don't know what this is, but them wheels look out cold. That's the E92, I'm guessing. And uh-oh, the State Boys got somebody. Now, this is one police group I do not want to be pulled over by, because no matter what, I promise you, the state police do not give you a break. I don't give a... You could be speeding 2 miles over the limit. The stories I heard about Michigan State Police is that none of them give you a break at all. No impeding traffic, you know, no light ticket. They're going to hit you with some heavy tickets, and they're not giving you a warning. That's for damn sure. I've never been pulled over by the state police. Hopefully I don't jinx myself. Now, I've been pulled over by mostly every county that's near me, which is pretty bad. I've gotten a lot of tickets, but never have I ever been pulled over by the state police. Viper over there, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. The Jack Green Viper was me, and look at all these old cars over here. At least in the middle part, that's not good. I'm probably about to go home, take a quick break real quick, and I'll probably be out here a little bit later. I don't really know. I just made it into the house, and man, it feels so good to be home. This air is so nice. I don't know if I'm going to be going back out. I'm watching IndyCars right now, the IndyCar series. Because right now, bro, it feels so good in this house. In that car, I was sweating. Like, when I say sweating, I mean sweating. But I'm probably going to merge the 2 videos together. I'll lie. Let's not separate them, because I don't think I've got enough film. But if I don't go back out and I don't record, this will probably be the end of the video. And if you made it this far, make sure you hit the like button. I'm going to be spamming that whole saying through the whole video, so you might as well hit the like button. You might as well subscribe, man, because I think it's around 60% of you are not subscribed that are watching, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. And man, we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep going. You know, the grind don't stop until the casket drop, for real. Because I'm not, you feel me, this is one of my dreams that I want to accomplish, is become a content creator, a famous content creator that, you know, at least has 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers. And, you know, if I keep working, one day we're going to honestly get there. If this is the end of the video and I don't go back out there, man, we will see you in the next one. And I appreciate you guys for watching. And peace out.